Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of South by Southeast. Today we are with a very special guest. We are with Vivian of Party with V. Hello, Vivian. Thank you for being with us.
Hi.
So tell me about your little business that you have going on.
So I started last year in around February. I do treats, I do balloons, kind of like anything you could want for like a party, like selfie boards, random stuff. Sometimes people want cake toppers.
Oh, okay.
But for Valentine's Day, I'm strictly just doing treats. I think when you like buy from a smaller business, it's a little bit more special and like more intimate.
Yeah, definitely.
So I was like, everyone always, girls always want treats. I was like, I did want to create like a gift thing because I do gifts too. So I think for Mother's Day, I did shadow boxes and I put, there's a couple like different shadow boxes that I did. They weren't all the same. It was kind of like as request. But
okay.
I was like, I don't think I want to do any gifts this year. I was like, I think I'm going to do 4 separate treats. And so this is one of them. This is like the breakable one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it comes with 6 strawberries. And then there's a box of treats. And that has brownies, cakesicles, what else? Strawberries.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of the ones that you had sent me, and they have like the flowers and the covered strawberries.
Oh, yeah. Yep, those two. So, yeah, that's a little bit of what I do. Just make treats.
And what made you want to get into doing something like this?
Well, I think I started with doing the party stuff. So
okay.
I did, I think, balloons and, like, paper flowers first. And then I got into, how did I even get into treats? I don't even know. I was doing it for free for a while, though. I would just, like, make treats and then, give them to whoever. And then I was like, you know what? I could probably start selling these. And I got confident last year. Yeah. So it'll be my anniversary on this Valentine's Day. Like 1 year of selling treats.
That's awesome.
So I don't really know how I got into that. I think it just happened. And I was like, oh, I could throw all of this together. And I didn't have an Instagram page for a while.
Oh, okay. So it was just like word of mouth?
Yes, word of mouth. And then me posting on my private Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I have, like, a fair amount of followers on my personal Instagram, but I was like, I want, like, my own personal life back. I feel like this is, like, advertising now.
Yeah.
So then that's when I made my page. I think I did that in the summer.
Okay.
So, Party with V. I was like, I don't want to make it, like, a treat name because I don't just do treats and I don't just do party stuff. So I was like, I think this goes. Party with V.
And tell me about your balloons, because I know that I've seen them for, like, our cousins' baby showers and stuff like that. So tell me about, like, how long that something like that would take you to do.
I've gotten quicker. So before, it used to take me, like, 2 hours maybe.
Oh, my gosh.
Now it takes me about, like, 1 hour and 15. It depends, too. So I like to try to blow up, like, all my stuff and do all of that beforehand.
Uh-huh.
And then take it to the event now.
Oh, okay.
So before I used to go to the event, do it all there, and that was a mess. That's probably
Everything
why
was just everywhere.
It was a mess, and I was like, oh, I can't do this unless, like, there's no way that I could, like, fit the balloons, like, in a car. Or I don't got the transportation purposes. I did an event for, I think they're called Sessions Chicago.
Okay.
And they wanted an extravagant balloon thing, and I was like, Mom, I think we gotta rent a U-Haul.
Oh my gosh.
And that's what we did. We rented a U-Haul and put all the balloons in there. It was a whole trip. But that only took me maybe like an hour to set everything up.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
But the behind the scenes of it, blowing up all their balloons took a fair amount of time. So I'm like, I gotta strategically think about these things because these events, they only, a lot of the halls, they only give you like
they only
30
give you
minutes to set up. So I'm like, oh, crunch time. Like I gotta keep,
before everybody comes in, you're like, wait, I'm not ready.
Yes, for my brother's wedding reception, oh my gosh, that took so long. And I think they only gave us like 40 minutes to do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So how much time would somebody need to give you in advance before you can set up like a treat box or like a party balloon garland for them?
It just depends. So like treats, I'm very lenient with my treats. If you even just give me like 2 or 3 day notice.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine with that. Unless it's like the weekend and then I'm like doing something. I'm like, oh, like, unfortunately, like I got this planned already.
Right.
But I try to be lenient with the treats. The party stuff, I try to have people book me at least like 2-3 weeks in advance, and especially now during the pandemic, a lot of the stuff that I get shipped to me that I have to buy online takes a little longer.
While, yeah.
So I'm like, at least give me like 3 weeks, like if you want balloons or stuff like that, because I do have to order it. And I order them like from specific websites too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
That makes sense.
I kind of like know how long it takes now, so.
Okay.
About like 3 weeks for like party stuff, and then treats. It just depends.
It depends on what you want.
Yes.
And then where can people go to find you to order or book you for your balloons, your treats, and maybe even for Valentine's Day?
Everything through Instagram. So I haven't set up a Facebook page yet. I mainly get my clientele from Instagram regardless. So I did post a lot of my stuff on my Facebook before, but I get more clientele from the Instagram. So that's just the @PartyWithV.
Okay.
And then you just shoot me a message. There's no like second page you have to go to order stuff.
Okay.
That probably would be easier for some people, but I feel like everyone orders so many different things. Like I wouldn't even like.
Yeah, it's more of a, if they want to be specific about something, then it's easier to just get it in the message as opposed to just it being preset.
And then I like talking to my customers too. Mm-hmm. So it's very fun. I feel like I've made a lot of like connections with people.
Yeah.
And I think out of like my siblings, I'm the most like social one. So I like doing these things. My brother's like, oh my God, like, don't you feel weird going to these people's houses? I'm like, no, this is kind of fun. And you know, a lot of my clients, they're like, oh my God, they're so heartwarming. They're like, oh, you want to stay and eat? And do you want to like do this? I'm like, oh my God, sure. Yeah. So everything through Instagram.
Tell me, what is the most craziest thing that you had to make for somebody, for like a client?
Oh, craziest thing. Let me think about this.
You could put like a time clock.
Man, I don't know. Craziest thing I've ever made for somebody.
Or maybe the most unique that took you a lot of time.
I'm pretty quick with my treats. No, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh, my edible images is kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So these images, I don't know. Me and my sister-in-law, Daisy, so she also does treats.
Okay.
She was like, oh, we should get a edible, printer. And I was like, that is a great idea. And yeah, this one though, the images, the edible images, it probably does take, it doesn't take long. It's just a lot of like thinking has to go into like how you
want to place them and what you want to have on
how you're setting it up.
Okay.
Like, and then going to print it, because sometimes I think I should probably look into like a better way to make the images like size wise, because I just like wing it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, and it always works out. So I kind of like in my head, I know like what size goes like on Rice Krispies, on strawberries now. Okay. I'm like, yeah. So it is a lot of, I think that requires the most thinking, because everything else is pretty simple. It's just chocolate.
Everybody loves chocolate.
Yes.
So Vivian, tell me how it is being an independent business owner now.
Very different. Definitely way different than anything I've ever done. I'm like, school was hard, but being a business owner is a different type of hard, because, it's on and off the clock. Like, you have an image to maintain, and especially, like, your clients are watching you, and all my clients, are friends.
Yeah.
And so my friends do know how I am, but I'm like, it's just like a 24/7 kind of thing. And you're always thinking of like, oh, your next project. Like Valentine's Day is a huge one.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and I think those two are like the biggest.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about this since last November.
Oh my gosh.
Like planning everything. I was like, okay, I'm gonna order this, and that. Just being very strategic about everything. I never knew like, oh, like I gotta, think about certain things before I can't even put this out.
Yeah.
Like, I need to have like a menu for my customers, for Valentine's Day, so they could, really
so they know
just
what to
see,
choose from and see what they're gonna end up getting.
Money is another crazy thing. I'm like, oh my God, I got to come up with these prices, and I got to think strategically of like, oh, this is how much my product is.
Yeah.
How much profit I make, and the East Side is very competitive with the treat makers.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta have my prices be right, but also I can't, cheat myself out of something as well.
Exactly.
Because my work speaks for itself.
Of course.
I try to, have a very fair price for me and for my customers. Right. So I think that one is a huge one with being a business owner.
Definitely. And then what is your radius for delivery on your products?
I would say probably about like 18, 20 miles.
Okay.
I live in Hegewisch, so I try to like hit, certain parts of Indiana, even like Lansing, everywhere like towards, home, like East Side, South Chicago. When I was doing this out of DeKalb, it was a little tricky. I'm like, okay, everyone's paying a delivery fee. But yeah, so about like 18 miles.
Okay.
I would say. I do either pickup or delivery, so there is always a pickup option. That's just at my house. Well, or wherever I am at that time. So like the other day I had an edible image. Someone was picking up and I was at my brother's house. So I'm like, oh, you can just come here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just wherever. Delivery, the fee just depends on where you are. So I try to keep it at just $5.
Okay.
But if you're like at the furthest, like, radius.
The very tip.
I'm like, okay, you're pushing maybe like $8. Because I've had some far deliveries. Like there's my old coworker, he wants me to deliver him something for Valentine's Day, but he wants to meet in the middle.
Yeah.
But, that's a special one.
Special delivery price.
Special delivery.
And then how can people pay for your treats?
I basically got all the apps. So I got Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, and then Always Cash. Cash is a little trickier though, so I do require a 50% payment.
Okay.
To reserve like your order. So I try to get that through the app so that I don't gotta go drive or like they can drive to just drop off, cash. Or if they do have cash orders, be like, or I'll, try to be lenient with them. Like, okay, well, you could just pay me, when I get there.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Okay.
But yeah, I have all of the apps. I try to.
And then let everybody know again how they can reach you and how they can place an order for Valentine's Day.
So Instagram, Party with V. I'm doing limited on all of my products. So I'm selling 4 things. I want to have everyone's order in probably with like a week and a half before Valentine's Day, but everything is limited. So I'm only doing about 10 of these. These are the breakables. And then I'm doing 10 of the other treat boxes. Okay. And then my specialty boxes where they have the floral arrangements, I'm only doing 5 of each of those. So it's kind of first come, first serve. Okay. But the last orders I'll take up until like a week and a half before Valentine's Day.
Okay, perfect. Mm-hmm. And then what is this one again? I know you said it was a breakable, but what
it is
are we going to have to do?
Okay, so we could probably open it up.
Oh, man.
And I will show you. So it is all edible. It is a chocolate base, and then on the inside it has 6 strawberries. Okay. So this is what people would get for Valentine's Day, and this is worth $40. Okay. So yeah, the name speaks for itself. It's a breakable. You break it.
Perfect. And now I think I want to try and open this, but before we do that, I do want to mention our patrons. They are going to be quite a list here. We have Hegewisch Nutrition, Willie G, Stevie's Michies, Dog Apparel, Poco Picoso, OMG Pastries, VBly Photo, Crystal Visions, Matthew Rise, Ice Cream Time, and our newest one, Buzzin Barbecue. So thank you everybody for watching this episode, and thank you to our patrons, and thank you Vivian for showing us your delicious treats. Me.
So glad to be on.
And I think we're gonna have to try and break this, okay? So thank you everybody. This is another episode of South by Southeast. Oh gosh, I'm scared. Oh. You gotta come in closer, babe.
If I don't get up and grow